Hello. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas. Nearly. I hope everybody's ready for the Fat Man. I'm ready for the Fat Man. I think I'm ready for the Fat Man. I could be wrong. We shall find out. I decided, because every Christmas you have to have Harry Potter, we're going to do Lego. Because I want to. It's my stream. So, I'm going to just hop straight into it. That was loud. I wasn't expecting that to be that loud. Sauce pet. Right. I may have checked to see what this is like. See me? See, now it's gone dead quiet. It was dead loud before. It's gonna be one of the nights, isn't it? A Lego Dursley's much more flattering than real life Dursley's. Was that meant to be a policeman? Or someone about to go to a club? It's meant to be for kids. Damn. Oh. Hello, cat. Oh, switch characters. Okay. Oh. Well, I never. Pretty sure he's not meant to use magic outside Hogwarts. Just saying. Now, hang on a minute. I'm assuming I'm going to learn different spells. You go nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Oh. Fair enough. Oh no, I'm losing everything. I think it'll work a second time. No, it will not. I thought you'd have to move that person, but... No? Ah, okay. Hi! Thank you for the look. And well done on redeeming second. How are you doing? Got a bunch of last minute shopping, so I can't today. Not a problem. I appreciate you popping in though. And I appreciate the look. Thank you very much. Hey, how you doing? Thankfully we got all our shopping out of the way today. The last of the racking was done. Give me the money. Or jump on the spot. Works too. Well. It does look a bit like that, doesn't it? We're off the last of my gifts today too. Good. Nope, gotta be Hagrid. Fine, fine. Well, he's gone from wielding a dildo to hiding in a barrel. Oh, I thought you could have popped it on Quirrell. That would have been helpful. I've seen hiding. That's not hiding. Well, if you've seen hiding, then they weren't doing a very good job with it. So what are you up to? God, that's a bit of a mean face, isn't it? This probably is. Ah, right. Look, I'm new, okay? Give me a minute. Jeebus. Haha. Alright, snot rag. Yep, seems fine. Give Mum a birthday card. I want a sugar high. So I need to calm it down a bit while I do chores. We're doing pizza tonight. Presents. Very nice. Nope, don't need that one. Nope, did that one. That Malfoy, that looks like a Malfoy. Yeah, run away. What kind of pizza are you getting? It feels weird streaming because I've been like off it for a bit. That makes sense. Like, very happy to be streaming. Have missed. But feels very weird. Mum wanted frozen pizza from my favourite place. So we got like 4. We missed your shopping. I didn't know what to stream, to be honest, because I was like, I know we've voted for Crash Bandicoot, but I figured I might as well just start that in the new year. And I feel like it's not Christmas without Harry Potter. So it was this Hogwarts Legacy. Ah, one of the... Oh, yep, now I can see them. Okay. Confirmed, Harry Potter is a Christmas movie. Well, it is. There was always one released either in the cinema or on DVD around December. Like, the first 2 were both November releases. So there's 2 Christmases in a row where there was Harry Potter. And then I think the other ones were possibly July kind of time. But they came out on DVD around Christmas. So. Only goblins can do something. Okay. God damn. I nearly got hiccups there. Right, so downloaded that Marvel Rivals. I don't think it's my kind of thing. I'll still give it a try. But I'll be really bad at it. Hello, Mr. Maxwell. How are you? We are not here for good gameplay. This is a very, very valid point. Kind of is one of the mottos, really. They have a lot of like broken lights and stuff. Thank you for the lurk, I appreciate it. You can play it with me, I'll look after you. Thanks. I fell asleep so I'm a bit behind. Fair. Come on, small human. Whee! Uh-oh. Can we? Okay, and then we can... No, we can't. Try again. Fuck off. Hey. Hi, Duchess. Are you all sorted for tomorrow? Is everyone all sorted for tomorrow?
You are watching a master at work.
There you go. Hey yo. Oi. As far as I know, I'm not doing anything tomorrow besides being in stream center. I shall lurk while I get my stream ready. Not a problem. I shall do some shouties.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It feels so good. Forgive me, my...
Well. Oh gosh darn it, I did it too soon. It's okay, it's okay. I do it again. Ooh. That'll be cool.
Oh my god.
I didn't even know they had a new DLC for Avatar yet. Do 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 do.
I'm sure it comes out the rocks, you know, and not person.
Run! Run! Oh my god!
Shit the bed! I'm sorry! Oh my god!
Don't know what happened there. I didn't till last week. Well, we now know. I will do my best not to sniffle or cough. Oh, I'm the okay. Can I open this? No. La 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 la. No, no, okay. I got a key. See? Oh, that's brilliant. Fucking meow. Okay. Thank you. It's a bit sneaky that I can't see everywhere. That's my favourite clue. Yeah. Right. Swing, swing. Nope. I mean, that's one way to do it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Some patents will respond to your actions. Thanks. I kind of want to play this. Try that again. I kind of want to play the PlayStation 1 version of this game now. Move. Go away. No. Whoop. No smash through there and go. Fantas. I feel like we missed loads in there. I thought that was a bat. Felt like a flappy bat, like a, you know, baseball bat. I don't want to know where he had that. So that wasn't great. Bad look of it. Jesus. Gold brick. I'm assuming it didn't mean there was 200 to find there, because that's like, no. Not gonna lie, I may end up just going straight on. Excuse me, nearly. Straight on to Hogwarts Legacy. Cause like... Okay. Ooh, does it? That'll be cool. Well, hello there. How are you? For anyone that gets ads, there is going to be an ad in about 50 seconds-ish. How you doing? Not too bad. I'm glad you're not too bad. I'm getting there. So I'm going to try not to, like, cough or sniffle too much. Yeah. Oh, good God. Are you all ready for the fat man tomorrow? Oh, I can shoot one too. Just need to wrap the prezzies, that's what I've been doing too. Ooh. Okay. I'm getting there, I'm getting there. What are we not? Ah, there we go. Woohoo! Right, did I get everything? Well, that's a different spell, isn't it? Holding DLC involves it, and I'm really happy about it. I'm in love with the game. I'm thinking of doing a new run through for stream. You should. I was really tempted to get that game. Because I imagine it is absolutely beautiful. Well, I don't know that spell. God damn. Sure. Oh! We found a thingy. I don't know what that was, but it's a thingy. Nope. Oh. No, I'm not allowed to shoot that one first. Can I not jump? Ah. Might do it after medieval. I need to stick to finishing that before I start something else. I mean, I suppose. I need a chest of drawers that does that. Nope. I shot that man's pants off. It's a bit weird. No? Just people? There's lots of things to do. Welcome back from ads, anybody that had them? Okay. I'm back. I survived. Well done. No? I didn't buy anything from the ad, so I came out and said, "Ooh, congratulations, especially this time of year." Fine. You know how everyone always says, like, oh, you should buy your Christmas presents earlier in the year so you don't spend later. I tried doing that this year. And do you know what? I've spent more. Because then, like, I went back out, and even though I already have presents, it doesn't matter because I saw more. Thank you, Mr. Maxwell. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. Merry Christmas, by the way. How could I forget? Merry Christmas. Okay, so even though it says I go down that way, I don't go down that way. It's fine. Ah, so he can release scabbards. I don't think I'm meant to go in there. What can she do? Nothing yet. Okay, fine. Rude. Well. I'm glad he gave us that. For to always make biscuits in my neck. Oh, that's good. So double tap is a thing. Yeah. Double tap. Griffin's currently in a mood with me because his dog isn't here. How's the newest kitten? Could be a kitten. How is the newest little fur baby finding it? And is the older fur baby okay with the new fur baby? Oh god. You started a hype train. God damn it. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. I hope you're having a good day. And that everything's like all sorted and stuff. Sorry. I did a thing! Great day. Food coma now. Fair. Completely understandable. He's done nothing but puff up like a big boss of the house. Aw. Congratulations on the first meeting. Oh my goodness. Stop it. But thank you. But stop it. It's all I had left. I appreciate that. Thank you. By the look of it, you're gonna get a new emote from this one.
Money don't jiggle jiggle.
Oh my goodness, stop it! I'm not trying to shoot you, I'm trying to shoot you. I appreciate you greatly. Stop it. While I'm here. Good night. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate you, and thank you for the sub, and thank you for the biddies, and thank you for the hype train. Oh, thank you. Everybody's being so nice. Stop it. I appreciate you. What did you do?
Dev! What the fuck? Buddy! What the fuck? Oh yeah, just a few notifications there. What the fuck, Dev? I love you, brother.
The loudest VOD ever. Is that coming through really loud, is it? Or is that sarcasm? What's too loud? I fix. Yours was loud. Oh. But in a good way. Oh, I didn't realise that. Tell you what, people get in your way a lot. The passive aggressive. Ah. It was great. Right. There we go. So I've got to like stand all the way back here to shoot something. That's going to be annoying. Are there any more? Have I missed some? Yep, one right there. Oh, there, right, there's one. And there's two. Can't shoot that. If I lose out on them coins because you're just standing there. Okay. Do you remember the PlayStation 1 ones of these? Ooh, I think we should have all got a doodad. What you call it? My English is so good. Emote for that. Crikey. It's all I want to say, you know. Emote. Let's have a look. Did anyone get a new emote? Oh! Of course I got one that's called Hey Cute. I forget how much I love the Lego games until I play or see them. Do you know what it is? I've never actually played any of the Lego games properly. I'm terrible. Nope, can't go that way. Fine. Fine. Don't even want to go that way anyway. Oh! That is the weirdest looking Lego person. Like, cause that's like they tried to put a human face on it, but they just can't. But they did. So weird. Star Wars ones are the best. I may have to try them. Yeah, I'm coming, bowl cut. Give me a second. Yep. The swish and flick. Frightening. It was weird, wasn't it? Very bizarre. That's what's gonna happen when I try to do magic. Excuse me. Okie dokie. Student number 1, check. Yeah. No? Okay. Ooh. Oh. I knew I wasn't shooting the actual person. Oh, okay, he has like a face hugger on, yep. Right, so Since they can fix it? Nope, I need to fully destroy it. Okay. I can kind of afford that. Right, pink and green then. Not quite where it needs to be, but okay. Make it blue. You sure there wasn't maybe a minor attempt to shoot that person? No. No. I know I meant to go the other way, but I want to try and get this thing. Is it? Can I? Can I do it? Not like that, I can't. Oh, that went well. Yeah, no. Use your brain. There's one in there somewhere. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get up here. Oh, well, I got 3. Nope. Okay, fine. Fine. Okay, that won't work. So what's everyone else got going on tonight other than potential present wrapping and or just relaxing and food comaing? Who are we shooting? Who aren't we shooting? Yeah. Come on, come. No. Oh, my depth perception's fucking horrific. Couple of ciders and early to bed. That is fair. Right, I need to lift this. Save the child. Sitting in a semi-dark room watching streams and anime and snuggling with a kitty cat. That's cute. What anime are you watching? Oh yeah, shoot their spines and they work again. Oh, we unlocked a boy. Tying the knot with an anime. Oh. Oh. Have a stick, lady. Nope. Please have a stick. Ah. We did it! Spell unlocked. I need to start getting back onto my anime. I've got loads of it in the to be watched list. And it's no good there, is it? It's no good there at all. Yeah! Ah! Enemy! Ooh, okay. Welcome, random citizen. Oh. It was like that when I got here. I'm all out of anime. I'm waiting for new seasons to start again now. I have like neglected the anime. Very bad. Bad panda. Shameful. What anime were you watching? What one are you waiting to start? Nobody needs to hear that lovely cough. Boing. Did I shoot that one? Oh! Didn't know you could shoot them. So many things you can just shoot. Hakuna Matata. I meant to like help him somehow. What exactly was I shooting there? That feels counterproductive, not gonna lie. Oh, okay, smart ass. Then hop, skip, jump. See, you're fine, sure. Oh my goodness. Solo leveling, that's coming out in February? Or is it January, the second season of that? I need to watch first season, I just saw it advertised and I was like, oh my goodness. So my depth perception is amazing. Just can't tell. Oh, at least I got that though. Demon Slayer. I do like Demon Slayer. Right, so we already have purple, so we need blue. And then a green. And then a yellow. Shoot! How come I can't shoot that? There must be a specific spell to shoot that thing with. Come on. Excuse you. Yep, that happened. January or February, I can't remember, I just know it's coming and I'm excited. I think, yeah, one of them. Very Hogwarts to have hidden doors. It is! Hello, Yosti, how are you? I'm still tempted to go on Hogwarts Legacy, I'm not gonna lie. I won't. I will see this through. For tonight. camera angle because I can't see shit. I'm doing just fine, my dude. How are you? I'm good, thank you, my love. 1 minute, and I'm gonna do. Shut up.
Oh my god.
So that happened. Shut up! Trying to watch something all, and here's her going, I hear that someone clipped me fall off cliff. I mean, yeah, but you shouldn't be surprised. At all. Ooh, that one's locked. Naughty. Careful. Okay, so we go back this way because I evidently have gone on a wander. Done that one. Haven't done that one. I can't open you where I would. Oh. Are you all sorted for the big fat man tomorrow? Good. No? Oh. I might have to shoot it. I do like the Jolly Holly outfit. Thank you. I thought I'd try and be festive. Now where am I putting this? In here? Not in here? Well, someone needs an apple. Or a helmet. Swap to Ronald. How do I use scabbers? No. Do I use scabbers? Oh! I knew that. Just testing you. In here. Only a character with a book can understand these symbols. Well, that'll be a Hermione thing, won't it? Ooh, itchy ankle. Ah, okay. Yeah, you walk where you need to go. Do the work for me. God, there's so many things that you've got to, like, interact with. Twirly whirly. Right, so clearly the lid needs to come off this cauldron. I'm either doing something right or I'm doing something wrong. What have you done that?
Oh.
Nope, he doesn't want a helmet. Shocker. Somehow I don't think he's going to want a flower either. Oh, stop it. Nope. Ah, he's a party bugger, isn't he? I guess we'll find out soon enough which is which. Yes, we will. Maybe. Pun intended. I thought as much. It was a clever pun. Well done. That was a rhyme. We can't forget to sort out the flowers on the way to save the day. Ooh. Of course. I wouldn't have you there. I remember the days when I used to shake side to side and money would fall out. It was normally after a night out when I'd use my bra as a purse. Dun, 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 dun. It would be okay if I spelled witch right. I know what you meant. It's fine. I wasn't gonna say nothing. Wonder if I shake back and forth if money would fall out of me. It depends. Have you been stashing coins in your bra? Because then there is a good chance. Come on, Ginge. Save the fishies! Fishy, saved. Itchy nose. I don't know what would fall out of me. That sounds like something we need to investigate. Excuse me. No, I'm not allowed to turn that on? Okay, fine. Whatever. Don't want to. Didn't even want to anyway. Hide shinies everywhere. Are you saying you're gonna shake me? I mean, if you want us to. I feel like we need to help the man with his ass that's on fire, seeing his ass set his ass on fire. But I don't know the spell. And it's not letting us just turn it. Okay. I mean, it was a flex.
Hey.
Hello. Make me a real girl. There's no boys allowed. Why aren't you doing the thing? See that? There we go. Is there another? Have I missed any of those? I don't think I have. Oh, is that why it wouldn't let me do it? That looks like it's probably why it wouldn't let me do it, yeah. I don't have any shiny on me. Put rocks away. You have rocks? What kind of rocks? Woohoo! Why can't I fix that one? Oh, so I had to shoot first, okay. Thanks! Run! Run! Hello! The shiny rocks. I like the shiny rocks. I mean, at least he flushed, right? Oh, and washes their hands. Very good. Hygiene is key, even if you're a troll. An aggressive troll. fine, you'll be alright. Got shit I need to do. Yeah, you might want to run. What exactly am I shooting here? Oh. Take that. Pew pew. Bash. Foul beast. So because she's Scottish, it's just gonna go around going, oh. There were some people out and about in town, I would have done that. It's like, I know it's not Christmas yet, but, like, open the body spray packs early, please. For the love of God. Oh, sorry. We're rich! Rich, I tell you. Okay, so... Can you open the cauldron yet? No. Ghosty. Back in here. Okay. Ah, Lumos, okay. I need a drink. Don't know why I had to say it like a gremlin. I still feel it's slightly unfair that their spines work after being bashed. Not all of us have that luxury. Wingardium LeviHoHoSah. Oh, Lumos. Yeah. Okay, I get you. This one's actually like Ugh. Go away. You see them spiders? I see them spiders. We know we don't like the spooters. Nope, nope, nope. Sorry. Oh, okay. So, oh, come on there. No. Gosh darn it. Oh, okay. Anyway. No. No. I'll do. That one's gonna go about... Yeah. And that one should go... Yeah. Will you shoot that? Thank you. Why are they just dancing up there? It's their courtship. Must be. Oh, we got a girl this time. Wonder if they're like skins. It's unfortunate. Wow, they're really caught each other. It's like Cotton Eye Joe at the old school disco, you know what I mean? Hi Nomad, how are you doing? Oh, well. That's a thing. Big on. Just came from Harold's stream. Ooh, nice. How did the stream go? Gold brick. Woohoo. He is constantly overloaded and bottling around. Good loot. Good. I can't say anything. I'm really bad with loot, to be honest. Terrible. Ooh-wee. that was the lady like you. Yeah. Right. Yep, that's everything we need in here. Okie dokie, let's go. Now we pack it with me. Ah. Big on. Pew pew.
Oh.
Give it. Give it. Can I not shoot him? I feel like I should. I was gonna say, I feel like I should be able to shoot him. Come back here. It's fine. Oh. That makes no sense. Gryffindor girl. Hi Harold, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I'm busy at the moment, but I love and adore you. Have a wonderful Christmas Eve, darling. Thank you very much. I hope yous are all sorted, ready for tomorrow, and that you have a wonderful Christmas. And I appreciate you very much. Nope, we don't want red boots. Nope. I don't know why we don't want red boots, but we don't want red boots. Excuse me, coming through. Has anyone had their Christmas playlist on? Don't act like you don't have one. You go on. Can I shoot that? No. If you have had your Christmas playlist on that you don't have, but you totally have, what are your go-tos? La 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 la. Oh, good. Goodbye, child. Maybe you can sneak past them. Well, not right now, I can't. Masterpiece. In music, movies, or TV programs, all of them. Any and all. What are your favourite Christmassy things? Just so you know, if you do get ads, there are ads coming in 1 minute. Why won't it? Oh, no. Fairy Tale in New York, that's one of my favourite ones. Yep. Why is it? Oh! There, no. I nearly hiccuped. For the love of all that's holy. Haha. I'm religious. Right. Done that one, done that one, done that one, done that one. There'll be an ad starting in about 5 seconds. So I'll just stick about here for a little bit. Let me through, god damn it. Well, I can't open that though, can I? Oh, I can shoot him. Feels a bit rude. Thanks. It's fine. Yeah, it still hasn't even started yet. A strength potion. That was either a very big rat or a very small cat. It's got really cold in here all of a sudden, and I'm wearing a cape. Shouldn't be cold when you're wearing a cape. Not a thick enough cape then. It's not. It is not a thick enough cape. Welcome in. How are you doing? Are you all sorted for Christmas now? Yeah. Hang on. Do a little shout, Rooney.
Oh, chat.
Hey, what are you doing? Confirming a suspicion. Shit. Look at this.
I'm just gonna put that down.
I wasn't expecting you to nearly blow yourself up. I'm off work finally for the day. And off tomorrow for Christmas. Good. Should be. How are you these holidays? I'm not too bad, thank you. I've just got over, like, the plague. I don't know what it was at all, but it was horrible. Like, my lungs still don't work properly. But I'm doing good on not coughing. I've probably just jinxed myself, but we don't need to talk about that. It's fine. I do that more often than one should. Yeah, same. Again, it's fine. Don't need to talk about it. It's fine. Ah, right. That explains so much. I'm like, why the f can't my spells working? Because you're a moron, Panda. That's why. Glad we covered that. TV, it has to be Three Nuts of Cinderella from 1973. A classic in the Scandinavian countries. Oh, well, I've never heard of that before. Is it like a Nutcracker Cinderella hybrid? Welcome back from the ads, everybody that had them. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate you greatly. Bubbles! Not bubbles. trying to think what one of my favourite Christmas movies would be. I mean, we've got a tradition. Every year we watch a Harry Potter, and we watch either a Lord of the Rings or Hobbit. This year it should be Leaving a Lurk. Gotta go get din-dins ready. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good dinner. And that you enjoy the rest of your Christmas time off. But thank you. I appreciate the love. Thank you. So we normally watch one of them. I think the Harry Potter that we're up to is the 6th one. And we're up to Return of the King. On the old... I was going to say bash it, man. Bash it. Lord of the Rings. Sorry, I will eventually, maybe at a push, finish a sentence if you squint. Aha! Keep the change, you filthy animal. Bling bling! Oh, well then. You don't want to like light. This is light. Give you light! I spoke too soon, didn't I? Am I missing something? Yep, definitely missing something. Okay. Oh, well, that'll do it. Thanks. Just steal someone's arm. Oh, okay. Right, so we took a... So that happened. That was my I'm big and strong. Nice. Show me your war face. Now what? Can I shoot them things? Yes. Of course I can. Let's shoot everything. Screw it. Disrespect your surroundings. Yes, that's the best you're getting if you heard my voice. Okay, so... Still don't have any sneaky sneaks. Follow the ghosty man. Ooh, we're somewhere new. The entire Cinderella is on YouTube, actually. Ooh, I'm making that a look then. Right, can't go that way. Do I? No. I do not. Nope. Title is Cinderella and the Three Nuts. I will definitely look that up. Nope, that's it. No. Is that like part of a person? Excuse me. Thank you. Ah, okay. Now we're starting to move. Oh, we did watch Die Hard because I class Die Hard as a Christmas movie. I will die on that hill, goddammit. Get out of my way. Never was really big on pogo sticks. I'm aware that this is a plunger. Well, it is, right? They have a Christmas party. He says, ho ho ho. It's a Christmas movie. Oh, typical children laughing at one on the floor. Yeah, take that, motherfucker. And that, and that, and that. Yeah. Bitches. I should probably get off the pogo stick now, shouldn't I? Oh, it follows me. Okay. Right, something with a helmet. Nope. Ah, an apple. Is there a... Can't put it in that bucket. Okay. What is this? No. Now I have a machine pew pew. Ho, ho, ho. See? Yes, exactly. Well, ho, ho, ho. Because for some reason he says it like that. That dude is wearing a Santa suit. Yes. See, you know the score. So Christmas, exactly. Everybody knows it. I don't make the rules, you know what I mean? Can I shoot that thing? Yes, and nothing happens. Fabulous. Oh, poison. I mean, at least we didn't poison it. I think. Oh dear. So we fed it chicken, then we fed it a tire, and then we're like, you know what? Fuck it, kill it. Why not just kill it anyway? Save the... Let me go. Put me down. Oh. But the best quote, in my opinion, is 9 million terrorists in this world, and I've got an unalived one with feet smaller than my sister. Yes. We actually watched all 5 of them this week. Because you can't watch one and not watch the other ones. Even if it is kind of like beating a dead horse. They're not bad, the newer ones. 3's probably my favourite though. Samuel L. Jackson. Jeremy Irons. Who 1 minute has blue eyes and then the next minute has hazel eyes, and it's very weird. But whatever. Excuse me. Oh no! The earmuffs! Oh god! The 3D goggles? Hi, Rod. That is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. Of course it's a puzzle. Oh, come on, Hermione! Oh. I tried. I did press it. Fine, I'll do it as Harry then. Oh look, nothing happened. I feel like I'm missing some vital maneuver here. Right, wand is lit. Pointing at the snare. Nothing. What exactly am I? Oh. I tell you, it'd be somewhat obvious. It's stupid. I like how the teachers just stand and they're like, bitch is gonna learn. Oh, oops. I mean, you deserve that, really. Haha. Right. Oh, bugger. Shoot Hermione! Ah. Don't shoot that. See, now she's... See? Oh, now he's just doing it on purpose. what you did. Ah, oh. Okay. I don't really see anything else happening. Oh. I'll get there eventually. Okay. Well, Ronald, if you were to move, it'd be quite beneficial. Right, done now? Yes, we are. Take that. What of these? Good measure. Oh. Hi, Della. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? Are you all sorted for Christmas? Good. I'm not too bad, thank you. I'm just getting over a really fun flu.
Why'd you go through the middle?
Because I saw a purple glowy smoke cloud, and I was like,
Oh God! No! I'm all that pouring. I can't do this.
bro, don't all that for you fucking.
I can't fucking do this.
Oh.
Dude, I've got goosebumps. Fuck.
So that went well. Oh. That's such an old one. Good though. It's a good one. Oh, excuse me. It's been a long day. Yep. Do you remember when this came out in the movie and it's got like really good CGI of Neville being hung from the gargoyle thing, and that was top notch back in the day. Fuck you. Oh, not so good. Oh no, they flew away. Oh. How'd you go down? Bollocks. Because if you hit the bloody flower, that would help. Oh, yeah. Skirts. Ooh. Broomstick flying! So what are you doing this evening, Della, my dear? If you're still here? What's this one? Certain characters can dig glowing patches of soil. Oh! Is that a Hermione thing? Can she do that yet? Just woke up from a nap and playing some RuneScape and vibing. Ooh, very nice. Bit jealous of the nap. I'm sure it's meant to be... Excuse me. Don't know why I'm saying excuse me, I've got an itchy face, but like... Anyway, I'm sure it's meant to be Hermione's pet. Woo. So they told you I'm jealous of the nap. Oh well, we have no pet. Let's go. You're not very nice children. Ooh, RuneScape. I never got the hang of that, but I didn't put much into it either. It was so new when I played it. I knew a lot of people that did play it, but I never got into it myself. I think I probably would end up quite bad on it, to be honest. From what I've seen. Oh, I broke the seal now. Woo. Jeez. I've broke the seal. I'm gonna be yawning. It's a thing. I suppose it's better than coughing. I've been playing since 03. Oh, jeez. I feel old. Ah. Vamos. Ooh, bitch, get out the way. Pew pew. I think it was 2001 I played it. Bet. Ah. Yoink. Can we? Thank you. Woohoo! no. Hermione's stuck inside the machine. Oh no! Aha! Big Hulk stuff. Insert Popeye sound effects here. I think I've done it. That's very nice. Ooh, where we're going? Da 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 da. Ooh. Up back. Oh. I ran someone over with a broom, but I got a trophy, so win. Didn't they make a new one a few years ago? I'm not sure. Oh, uh-oh. Hey God. Evil one. And we made a thing. A proper cool thing. Yeah. Unsure on the new one. Where the hell is this going to go? I'll just leave it there for now, because I don't know where that's going to go. Found it in 2020. I mean, if there's ever a time to make a new game, that was probably one of the good times to do it, when everybody was stuck indoors. No, not her. Ah. Yes, that's what I want to use. It was 19 years old, so I think it was about time. Yeah. That's fair. What the hell? I'm glad I was able to help. Ow. Right, come on. seems legit. Talking on. Oh no, that sound's not gonna go away. I did a terrible thing. It won't stop. Maybe I gotta shoot it. Right. Stop. Oh my goodness. It doesn't stop. No, no, just. Stop it. I want it to stop. Right, we're just gonna have to escape. Because I can't handle that noise. Right, that's something to do with an animal. Huzzah! Sure. Glad we were able to hear about it. Oh, do be quiet. Got Padma Patel and Katie Bell before she was cursed. Dun 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 dun. Oh my god. Oh dear. It was late when I got here. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Wow, this stuff is, sensitive. My depth perception on this game is absolutely shocking. No, I'm not allowed to help that kid. Okay, fine. You're on your own, kid. It keeps trying to, like, make us go in another direction. Gosh darn it, I don't want to. Fine, stuff you. I'll do it myself. Well, I'll try. Nope, no. No, we're not jumping up there. No. There we go. Gosh dang it. I don't know why, but because of this, I now want pineapple juice. Probably not even pineapple. It's popcorn in it. But for some reason, my brain's like, pineapple juice. Never claimed to be smart or logical. Ravenclaw boy. Right. Safe words, alright. Pineapple juice. Dear me. Oh, alright. I will. Panda has had a long day. I've been cooking, ready to take stuff to where we're going tomorrow. I've been wrapping stuff up, been doing last minute shopping. I think I'm running on about 3 hours sleep. It's all good. And this chair does not like me in the slightest. Not sufficient. No, it's not. You mean more? Let's need more sleep. Yes, we do. But we don't get it. I tried. I tried really hard. Oh, I didn't try that hard, apparently. Yeah, hold on to the said broomstick. Apparently, it really doesn't like her. feel like maybe Ron should try the broom. Yep, not a problem for Ron, of course not. So how do I get up there though? No, not the raft. Really? Right, and scabbers. Fine. Oh! Maybe that way? No, fine. Fine. Right, so we need purple, yellow. No, 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 no. Green. Really? Really? Oh, really? Tell you, the lock-it on this thing's absolutely horrific. Right, you go there. Really? Really? Oh. Right, yellow. Lock into bloody place, you piece of doo-doo. Yeah, I said that. Meant it to. Really? Go on. Hey, yeah. Swear word. What am I missing? Many, many things. I'm gonna have to use the building blocks to get that. doesn't have book yet though. Oh. When the hell did she get that? Do you remember her getting that? I remember it. Or does she just automatically have that? Hello there, Joe. How are you?
Time for a little drinking pool. Cheers, genitals.
Fuck those two players. I mean, we're always a man down anyway, so it doesn't matter, there's two players.
Yeah, I know you're
I know you're here. Fuck you guys. Could you be nice to me for one day?
I can't believe that was almost in unison.
I was gonna say, I'm getting concerned the level that me and Joe are getting in sync with this.
Thank you for the
I need to clip that.
How yous doing? How goes it? Need to get some more water, actually.
I'll take the guys on the left. Ready? I'll take that as a yes. I had a pair of those goofy pants back in the day, man. I loved them. My parents'
Merry
pants.
Christmas.
They were the bestest.
They were the bestest.
Excuse me, sir. Let me introduce my gun to you. Have a good day.
It's like, excuse me, sir, can I interest you in the pew pew? Yep, they're done. Okay, ooh. We're good. Just been playing some Delta Force. Ooh, very nice. Excuse me. Nope. Don't fuck with me. Are you all ready for tomorrow? I meant to do that. Go on then. There we go. Right, sure. Jesus. Nope. Aha! Take that. Even Lego spiders. Sorry, I accidentally pressed the skip button. Oh no. It's with the wardrobe. Oh, okay. Yeah. Stood tall, right? Bitches better recognize. I see, every time I went to try and go and save this dozy gate, it didn't let me. Jump, silly bastard. There will be an ad starting in the next minute. When this ad does start, I'm going to go refill my water. Oh, bolts. I only got one good jump in them. Yeah! See, that kid could have done that. Did Harry die? No. Oh, good. I thought that pumpkin was going to be doing the whole, like, springy thing again. Well. Right, there should be an ad starting soon. Hi, Pandy. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. How are you doing? I'll do the whole soon. Let's go with that cherry. Save the day. But I saved the day. Thank you. Right, the ad has just started, so I am gonna go fill up my water. I will be sure to leave you with some tunage, cause as nice like that. That one. Okay. I'll be right back. Make it into New Year. Hello. Hang on, I've got a wire behind me. I'm in Sweden and get French and German ads. Fair. Fair. They're just trying to spice it up and stuff. You know, be cultural. Or something like that, maybe. Okay, I'm done. Ready? Welcome back from the ads as well. Forgot to say that. Naughty, naughty. Right. Need to do a quick old shout-a-rooney for the beautiful Pandy.
I thought we were keeping secret, Chanel. Come on.
Nothing secret in the Eiffel Tower.
Jesus.
Miss Art, I'm gonna fully state right now.
Christ.
But his.
I mean, she's not wrong. Right. Boom. Itchy eyebrow. Ah! Okay. Disaster averted. Oh. Oh. Oh, excuse me. What the fuck? Oh. That happened. Any other weird fruit, vegetables, whatever you are. 3. Ooh, one more. Are you it? Nope. No, we popped that one. So, does anyone else have this Marvel Rivals? I know Mr. Maxwell does. Anybody else? Kill everything. No, not love through there. Oh, okay. Didn't want to go there anyway. I did that. And that's all that happened, and that's not that impressive, dude. Just saying. Pew, pew. Not that way. Excuse me, motherfucker. No, not jumping on that. That made noise. Didn't like it. Switch. Bizarre. Where'd the broomstick go? Yeet, he's gonna die. Oh, how am I meant to get over if the stick's over there? Oh. I knew that. I was testing you. Yeah. I think that's the first time she's not just went, oh. Okay. Oh, Mitmus hats! Mitmus! Yeah. Okay, that was beautiful. You mean you can't see a floating head? Or the kid that wasn't even wearing the cloak? Tut, tut. That is, minus the invisibility part, that is what I look like walking around the house all the time. With my big blanket on, just... And now this. But this is a festive version. Just like randomly wandering into the kitchen, just... And yes, that's the noise I make as well, because I'm a lady. Fuck off, cat. My god, it's literally like being a dog. Bye. Tammy. Oh. Nothing to see here. Oh. Fuck off, cat. No, I don't shoot it. I'm a lady. 2 seconds later. Fuck off, cat. Hey! You can be a lady and tell people to fuck off. She just created a random pool and then was like, see ya. Hey-ya. see you around there. It's no problem. Ah. Red spider. I did see a spider's web. Somewhere. Evidently somewhere is the keyword. I see the web. Yeet. Where on earth did I see this web? Oh, there. Not what I need. Top of the screen. Leave me alone. Any particular direction? Up next to the new entrance. Oh! 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 Is that where that fly thing went as well? No, I wasn't ready to go in there. Thank you, Nomad, darling. Oh no. That is now the blanket noise. Well, that evidently does not go on there. Bro, what are you doing? Yeah. If I'm not looking at you, you can't see me. That's the rules. I don't make them. I just know them. Climb, climb. There you go. Can't see me. Right, you go up there for a minute. Man is too blind. Yeah, fuck off, cat. I think one of my cats has just ran down the stairs in protest. No. No. Don't give me your bullshit. Yeah. Ooh. Ready to switch to Ron. Go, Scabbers, go! Skadoosh. Oh God. Pew pew. Be gone. Just a random floating stick.
Ooh. Huh?
I mean, they were a bit young for the neck, aren't Level complete. We're also reaching the time where I'm gonna have to find someone to raid. And then go sit on a comfortable sofa. Right. Da 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 dee dee doop. Boop. Oh, I don't think so. So, let's see who there is to raid. Make it so. If nobody understands that Star Trek thing, then I'm sorry for you.
Good night.
Night. Love you. Right, who should we go and see? Oh, I know who we're going to go see. Because it was their birthday yesterday. Was it yesterday? Could have been the day before. It's been their birthday. I feel like that applies to everybody. You know what I mean? Like recently.
Ish. Oh, yep. Boom. Let's go. Oh, got it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, we are going to go and see Dear Harold. There are the raid messages. As always, thank you for being here, guys. I've really missed being here. Hi, Guy. How are you? Thank you very much for that. Excuse me. Just in time for the raid. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well. So yes, thank you for everybody for being here with us. I have missed you guys. I hope everybody has an absolutely amazing day tomorrow and gets all the presents and gets stuffed full of all the good foods. Sad now because I missed your stream. I'll be back. I might be back on Boxing Day. And we'll see how it goes. So yeah, but I'm glad to have caught up with you all. And I will hopefully see you on Boxing Day. And I hope you have an amazing time. And Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm rather fond of you. I hope you're doing okay, Gee. I'll see you soon.